Good morning, Madonna here from New Leaf Natural Therapies. I wanted to talk again about the mature hops bitter extracts because the results we're seeing with people with neurological problems is really, really interesting. So I want to talk a bit about why that is. These studies have shown that one of the ways that the matured hops bitter extracts works is directly on the vagus nerve. So therefore, I went and had a look at a couple of big things around the vagus nerve. So let's go have a play. Okay, that was easy. So if vagus nerve stimulation can support help with things, then surely a supplement that we can take every day and increases the activation and toning of our vagus nerve for up to 9 hours could potentially be good for neurological disorders, neurodegenerative disorders. So vagus nerve stimulation has been shown to improve walking in patients with Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder with no known cure. The majority in medical treatment is aimed at relieving this individual of symptoms rather than attempting to cure the disease. Many are often limited by debilitating symptoms that significantly reduce quality of life. Parkinson's symptoms include the following: a tremor, stiffness in muscles, slowness and incoordination of movement, posture, balance, and walking difficulties, poor executive function and memory loss, loss of smell, constipation, agitation, fatigue, depression, sleep problems, changes in writing and speech, and weight loss. So Parkinson's disease has a huge impact on someone's health. So with vagus nerve stimulation, medically, that helps the brain to start to wake up a little bit again. It has an influence on the production of dopamine and improves the ability to walk. Vagus nerve stimulation has always also been shown to improve blood flow, reduce inflammation, and decrease abnormal protein buildup, often observed in those with Parkinson's disease. So that's just one impact. Let's have a look at multiple sclerosis. So multiple sclerosis, or MS, it's a complex neurological condition that affects millions of people worldwide. In recent years, researchers have been exploring the potential impacts of the vagus nerve on the development and progression of MS. This comprehensive analysis aims to provide a deeper understanding of the relationship between the vagus nerve, MS, and its implication for future research and development. So this goes through the connection between the vagus nerve and the autonomic nervous system. So the vagus nerve influences the parasympathetic nervous system, also known as the rest and digest. When its activity is high, it promotes relaxation, slows heart rate, and enhances digestion. On the other hand, reduced vagus nerve activity is associated with increased sympathetic nervous system activity, commonly referred to as the fight or flight response. So what we know about the matured hops bitter extracts is that it calms down the sympathetic nervous system, it increases the parasympathetic nervous system, and it tones the vagus nerve. What a magical combination. And here it talks about the vagus nerve and the immune system. So research shows the vagus nerve plays a role in modulating the immune system. It's been implicated in regulating inflammation and immune cell, which are crucial aspects of various autoimmune disorders, including MS. Dysfunction of the vagus nerve has been observed in individuals with MS, suggesting a potential link between vagus nerve dysfunction and the development or progression of the disease. Furthermore, the vagus nerve has been studied for potential therapeutic applications in the field of immunology. Vagus nerve stimulation has been promising in reducing inflammation and improving outcomes in various inflammatory conditions, such as rheumatoid arthritis and inflammatory bowel disease. By targeting the vagus nerve, researchers aim to harness its immunomodulatory effects to develop novel treatments for autoimmune disorders. So again, a supplement that we can use to deliberately activate or tone the vagus nerve for up to 9 hours a dose is amazing. Then I was having a look at vagus nerve palsy. So doctors Stephanie Seneff and Peter McCullough did a paper a few years ago. There was a big interview about 2 hours long with Joseph McCullough. And it was about how some of the toxins from recommended medical treatments over the last few years seem to have an impact on being attracted to the vagus nerve for some reason. And I believe that vagus nerve palsy is one of the things that many people have suffered in the last three and a half years. So vagus nerve palsy, the vagus nerve originating from the brain stem and extending through the body is responsible for regulating essential functions such as heart rate, digestion, and breathing. Vagus nerve palsy, known as cranial nerve X palsy, occurs when there's damage or dysfunction to this vital nerve. As a result, the affected individual may experience various complications and challenges. The vagus nerve is one of the longest cranial nerves in the body, which branches extend heart, lungs, stomach, and other organs. Its primary role is to transmit signals between the brain and these organs, ensuring proper regulation of their function. By doing so, the vagus nerve controls heart rate, breathing, digestion, and other critical functions. So basically, it helps with heart rhythms. It helps the heart to relax and rest. It promotes a calm state. It helps the body to increase the heart rate if we need it as well. So the vagus nerve has a big impact on balancing our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Furthermore, the vagus nerve also influences breathing by regulating the muscles involved in respiration. It helps to control the depth and rate of breathing, ensuring a steady supply of oxygen to the body and removal of carbon dioxide. And the other thing I wanted to chat about was the vagus nerve for kids. So kids have more neurological issues now than they've had ever. So I've been a naturopath for 30 years, and not only are children's health disorders increasing, but they're getting harder and harder to treat. And again, I think these matured hops bitter extracts, along with other things, I love lots of my supplements, but I think these matured bitter hops extracts are crucial for helping, with some of these disorders that are just so entrenched in poor little bodies. Did you know the vagus nerve is one of the largest nerve centers in the body? It carries signals to your child's organs that regulates the nervous system. What happens if the vagus nerve doesn't function properly? Low vagal tone affects emotional regulation, resulting in disturbed sleep, behavioral issues, and learning difficulties. With so many health implications on low vagal tone, I believe that the matured hops bitter extracts are going to be crucial. So the reason I've been thinking so much about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems and the vagus nerve is because of, Australia, we haven't had this in Australia for very long. And in the world, it's only been available since February. So it's got 70 years of research, but it's only made it to market since February this year. So that's as long as anyone on the planet's been taking it. What the functional medicine doctors in America are seeing is that health improves the longer people are taking it. So it's not like it wanes off. It's only available for fat loss here in Australia. But because it works that vagus nerve, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, it's just a very, very interesting supplement that could have so many benefits. So if you're someone who knows that you live in fight, flight, freeze, but don't need to lose any weight, maybe only one per day, or putting one in a cup of water and drinking it over 2 days. So you're getting some benefit without having the fat loss. But because it re-establishes the ability of the body to metabolize fat. Don't forget what's made of fat. Our brain is 60% fat. Our hormones are 60% fat. Our nerves and neurotransmitters are 85 to 95% fat. So the fact that we're stimulating the vagus nerve, which then makes the body's own neurotransmitters and chemicals it needs, we're bypassing a whole bunch of supplements that we may actually potentially need because the nervous system is working better. Just very, very exciting to me. So everything from, anyway, so this is just me hypothesizing. This is me hypothesizing and working with what the functional medicine doctors out of the States have said and the sort of testimonials we're getting here in Australia so far. My most exciting one was a young man who was damaged a few years ago and has had signs of heart attacks and strokes and inability to breathe and neurology issues like numbness and burning and stabbing pains. And he could feel from day one that his nervous system started to calm down. By day 6, he was feeling less numbness. He was able to breathe more easily. His heart and blood pressure had normalized. So everyone is, of course, getting different responses and results because we are all individual human beings. Absolutely. My story is different to anyone else's. For me personally, it's just the deepest sleep I've had. Not every night, but probably 5 out of 7 nights I'm getting the deepest sleep I've had in 20 years, which for me is amazing because I'm fully aware that I'm affected by all the G's and, all sorts of things as well. So it's a really interesting time, and I just think this could be a game changer for some people out there. Anyway, I'll have the link in the notes, and matured bitter hops extract. I think it's amazing. Have a great day.